Hello again. When I usually do Zoom meetings, I've got the screen, right? So I've got some pages. So I sort of know. Now I just have a lens. So you're seeing the people. Is there any feedback I need to know about? It's all pretty good?
It's seeming pretty good, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's going okay. There's lots of people online.
All right. It's a new experiment. So a few words before we meditate. If you want to meditate, meditate. If you don't want to meditate, meditate. Much in Charles' line. So we're very concerned about attitude, and obviously that's going to make a huge difference. So the attitude, if it can be from kindness rather than from control, that's going to create a different result. If it can be from curiosity rather than dogma, the dogma of technique, you find that around, don't you? There's only kind of one technique to do, and that becomes dogmatic, whereas curiosity is something that keeps your attention. This weird question I ask you, like, is awareness separate from sound? That hopefully brings up curiosity. Not that I expect an answer like an essay at the end of the exam. You can pass Buddhism 202, but rather it shows you how curiosity is very attentive. Right? It's a lovely quality. Whereas dogma, not necessarily religious dogma, but the dogma of technique, there's only one way to do it, is incurious to say the least. And then it can be ideas of control can come up. Whereas kindness is not trying to control anything. So kindness, curiosity, acceptance, as opposed to judgment. So Ajahn Chah would say, if your meditation makes you peaceful, then accept it. If your meditation doesn't make you peaceful, then accept it. So it's no longer, you're not just kind of critiquing yourself that, oh, I had a bad meditation or I had a good meditation. Because awareness is neither good nor bad. Awareness has no quality, right? So if you get caught in the bind of, and we do, I mean, everyone says, oh, that was a great meditation. I mean, that's human. But you can see the trap of that. And yet I think we've also seen that you'll sit through some difficult material from last week or last year, whatever, coming up, and it's not a fun meditation. And yet you come out of it, you feel more peaceful. And what's that about? So if you've judged your meditation as composed and peaceful, no emotional contact, bliss, that kind of thing, then when the other comes up, you reject it in some kind of judgmental way. But maybe that's even more important. Like the ideas of purification coming up into consciousness. So if the attitudes are kindness, acceptance, curiosity, openness, and then from that attitude you decide how you're going to meditate each time, then I think you get very, very good results because it's appropriate to time and place. So the technique I'm offering, it's not uncommon, but if it doesn't work, it's as much my fault as your fault, right? It's no one's fault, really. It's just okay. This isn't effective for me. I think in general, like most people do something rigorous to get into the ball game, to kind of really establish a strong sense of presence. But if you had to do something rigorous all the time like that, you'd get tired because you get tired of doing. I'm the doer, I'm the doer, I'm the doer, and you really get curious. Like, what is the doer? Who is the doer? What is the doer? You get curious about that. But you need quite a fair stability of mind and attention to do that more interesting inquiry into the whole sense of the doer. So that's why this little technique that I'm offering, I'll do the same as I did this morning, is just a way of just being rigorous to stay in the present moment. But it is about awareness, right? It's about rather than just about the body. So if I'm anatomically not correct, Dr. Howard, please forgive me. I think I said abominable rather than abominable. I always get that. The abominable, go to your abominable abdomen. Yeah? So if I'm not anatomically correct, you don't have to, well, that wasn't right. The liver's not over there. I mean, it's not a class in anatomy, obviously. Or if you don't feel anything, it's not about that either. It's about awareness. So some places like the hands are very sensitive, aren't they? And maybe your elbow isn't. But you're not kind of looking for something called a sensation. But that's not it. It's just being aware that in that part of the body there is no sensation. Or it's very painful, or there's a lot of pressure, it's very hot. It doesn't matter, because it's about the awareness. And so I'm just I'm your third wheel on the bicycle. You know, when you're training on a bicycle, you have a little third wheel as a kid. So my voice is the third wheel. So when I take the voice off, keep going. That's why I get lunch. Okay, so I'll use the same sort of technique. And then that reference to, I don't know if that works, but I find that fascinating, that paradox of, is that sound, is awareness of the sound separate? I have to be very quiet to listen to that, don't I? That inquiry. So there's the sound. I have to stop talking to myself, right? Or the sound changed, but did the awareness change? Same question, right? But to do that, you have to be very silent, and then you start to sustain that silence. You know, yeah, I get it, or not. It's like a joke, actually. And then the suggestion of the kind of I am suggestion, which comes from Advaita Vedanta very much, I guess. So you just put, that's a kind of assumption, I am, whatever that might be, and you put that word in there, I am. And then the heart chakra, there's something about the heart chakra that to me is, I don't know, it's something very important, more than important. And bringing down into that I am, and letting go of thought. See if you can abide as that there, a suggestion. So then when I take the wheel off after 20 minutes, or then do whatever you want. If you like to do anapanasati, or you just like some people like space. They really, that is helpful for them. Some people like more focus. That's up to you. It doesn't matter. I'm just sort of getting you hopefully on the track. For space, the perception I use is that sound is in awareness. So on one hand, I can say that sound is over there and I am here. That's true. Nothing wrong with that. But also there's a more interesting, another perception you might bring to mind, that whole experience of me-ness and sound over there is in awareness. The idea there is to begin to sense that awareness has no limits. And doesn't depend on the sound. And it doesn't have a center. And it doesn't have a boundary. And that kind of inquiry, again, takes you to that ineffable silence, which is peaceful. That's why I use that. This is in awareness. It's a perception. You can't really find anything on these things. These are more subtle than like finding a clock. The clock is these are much more intuitive kind of suggestions. But if you're touching, just getting a sense of the silence of witnessing, knowing, that I think it's working. I guess that's about it. Yeah. So I'll do that technique again. So we'll sit for 45 minutes. You could see if you were into concentration, right? And you got your mind really, 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 really refined, like sometimes you can. And then that thing came on. What would you say? Shut up. Right? And that's the trap of tranquility. Shut up, I'm meditating. I'm doing metta bhavana, right? But this includes everything. And yet it can also be focused. Huh? So that's, it works. Awakening to the way things are. So an attitude of kindness and acceptance. It's like this. Non-becoming. I'm not trying to get anything or go anywhere. It's like this. Non-resistance, acceptance. Pain is like this. Thinking is like this. Negative emotions feel this way. Whatever. So the attitude is very open and welcoming, receptive. Bring your attention to your mouth. Feel the sensations inside the mouth. Feel the flow of the mouth. Sensations, radiating vibrations. Inside the mouth, feel the left wall. Feel the right wall. Sensations, energy. Feel the upper palate. Feel the upper lip, upper teeth and upper gums as sensation, as vibration, as radiation. So no need to look for something. It's on a concept. Lower lip, lower teeth, and gums. So take that whole area as sensation. Let it become conscious. Let it come into consciousness. And notice that simple exercise, you begin to be composed, present to the way things are. You sense a stillness. Inside up to the ear canals, feel the ear canals. Inside the ears. It's a friendly attitude, inquisitive. Inside the ears, outward to the outer structures of the ears. Feel the vibrations, sensations, radiating. So the ear as a concept is a fixed concept. But as a lived thing, what is it? Both ears then? And then the sensations which are the nose, bring awareness to that. The bridge of the nose. The flow of air in the nostrils. If you've done a lot of anapanasati at the nose, see if when you pay attention to those sensations, do your eyes get tight? Are you kind of looking for something? Feel the whole nose then as sensations, And the eyes, the orbits of the eyes, bones, the flesh there as vibration. And then the eyes themselves. And that whole area then very sensitive, pressures, vibrations. So again, eye as concept as opposed to what is the eye as experience? Draw a line back from the eyes to the middle of the head, inside the brain. Bring attention to the forehead, inside the forehead. Could be a lot of tension there. Let it manifest, come into consciousness as sensation. Draw a line from the forehead into the head, inside the skull. Sensations. Scalp, inside the scalp, top of the head. Allow that to become conscious as vibration. And then into the center of the head. A line down to the center of the head. Feel the back of the head, inside the back of the head. Composed attention. No need to think. Inside the head, the line from the back of the head to the inside of the head. Bring all those together, back of the head, inside the head, top of the head, forehead, eyes, nose, ears, mouth, tongue. Bring all those together as one mass of sensations. And the head is in awareness. These sensations are in awareness. Feel the neck, the back of the neck, both sides of the neck. Feel the throat. Inside the throat, inside the neck. I'll let that become conscious. And then the neck to the shoulder, feel the right side of the neck connecting to feel the left side of the neck connecting to the left shoulder. So we're not trying to achieve anything. We're simply composing our attention and allowing these things to manifest in consciousness. Left bicep, the left upper arm. Sensations in the left elbow. Feelings in the left forearm. And the left wrist. Back of the left hand, very sensitive. Left thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Palm of the left hand, and the whole left hand as sensation. Feel the whole left hand. And the experience of the left hand is in awareness. And then up the arm, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, left shoulder. Feel that whole area as sensation. And the right side. Feel the right shoulder connected to the right side of the neck. Upper arm, right side as sensation. And then the sensations which are the elbow, forearm, wrist. And the right hand, the back of the right hand, thumb, forefinger, middle finger, little finger, ring finger, little finger, palm of the right hand. Feel the whole right hand as sensation. And then the whole arm from hand to shoulder, right side. Let that be conscious. Feel both arms from the hands to the shoulders as one mass of sensations. Bring it all together. Feel the neck. Feel the back of the head. Top of the head. Inside the skull. Forehead. Eyes. Nose. Ears. Mouth. Tongue. Whole head. Shoulders, arms, as sensation. This is in awareness. Go to the hollow of the throat, move inside the chest. Feel the chest inside the walls of the chest. Feel the front of the chest. Cavity of the chest on the left side, the left wall. Sensations which are the right side. And then the back, side wall, the back of the chest area. And the organs in that area, the lungs and diaphragm and heart, whatever you can feel of those. And bring all that together, the whole chest area as sensation. The abdomen, the abdominal area. Inside the abdomen, belly, left wall, sensations which are the right wall, belly of the abdominal area, back of that area, And then the organs inside, kidneys, liver, intestines, stomach. So you don't have to visualize that, just whatever you feel in that area. Like that whole area as one mass of sensations. And the pelvic area, pelvic bones. Inside that area, the left wall, right wall as sensation. And the back and seat of the pelvic area. And the organs in that area. Feel the whole pelvic area as one mass of sensations. The whole torso from pelvis to chest area. Bring it together with the arms, neck, back of the head, top of the head, inside the skull, forehead, eyes, nose, ears, mouth, and tongue as sensation. So that whole area now, not as concept, vibration, changing sensation in awareness. The left hip, feel the left hip, pressures, as sensation, the left thigh, sensations which are the left knee, the lower leg, shin and calf, left side. The left ankle and the left foot, top of the foot and the sole of the foot. So from the foot to the ankle all the way to the hip, left side as one mass of sensations, radiating, vibrating. Feel the right hip, no need to think. The right thigh. Feel the sensations which are the right knee. The lower leg, the shin and calf. And the right ankle. And the right foot, top of the foot, sole of the foot. Bring all that together from foot to hip on the right side. Bring that together with the other, both feet, up to both hips. Coalesce that with the torso, pelvis to chest. Collect that with both arms, from hands to shoulders. Include the neck, back of the head, top of the head, inside the skull, forehead, the eyes, the nose, ears, and the mouth, tongue. So all of that together as one mass of sensations. Embodying it then as experience rather than as concept. in awareness. Listen to sound. Perceive sound as in awareness. Feel the body. Feel the body as in awareness. Two objective experiences in awareness. Where's the difference? One might have pain. That would be the difference, I suppose. Feeling the body, whole body awareness. Then that question, is awareness separate from bodily sensation? Is it like one thing? And the body is another thing. And again, does awareness have a center? Does awareness have an edge, a limit, a periphery? Is awareness the same as the body? It's distinct and yet not separate. There's knowing. So that's the paradox of awareness. And what happens if you just raise that paradox into consciousness? Isn't that just silent? So now introduce the I am into the mind. I am. Say that to yourself. And then bring that through your throat, fill your throat, down into the heart, center of the chest. I am. Then drop the am, I. And drop the I. And when you feel the need to do something, look at that as an object. And then if you want to do something, then choose the way you like to meditate. Or just to abide in this particular attitude of openness, acceptance, knowing, and yet not separate. So I'll be quiet then and we'll sit for the rest of the piece in silence. So we have a couple of hours. And you want to just sit and look at the river?
Mm-hmm.
That's actually very skillful, isn't it? Or walk in the pine tree, yeah. But just don't fill the mind with anything. Let the mind just empty out. So if you want to do walking meditation, or if you just keep that theme of awareness, what I'm trying to point to about awareness, then the technique doesn't really matter. The thing about a formal technique, it does give you a kind of posture where you don't get too scattered. So if you're getting too scattered, you could see walking back and forth be like a container, which help you from just sort of daydreaming. And in Ajahn Chah's monastery, once I was sitting with Ajahn Chah, and there was one monk, he was doing a perimeter walk with the monastery, and every half hour we'd see him go by. It's very good. So finally Ajahn Chah, what are you doing? I'm doing walking meditation. He was birding, I think. It was not wrong, but it was being kind of looking around, and so that's the mind going out. And the thing about the container of a posture is we're not going out, we're noticing things arising. So like this sound that we have, I don't know if the folk on the internet can hear it, probably. Yeah, it's a good sound system. So we have this mechanical sound, and Ajahn Chah's phrase is that you think the sound is bothering you, stop going out and bothering the sound. You say the sound is just a sound. It's not, don't take it personally. You're bothering me. And so we don't, like on this retreat, we don't want to do that. If we're birding, then we want to look at birds, or if we're going to the gallery, we want to look at paintings, that's fine. But on a retreat, we're trying to cultivate this, make awareness itself important rather than the particular experience that we have in awareness. And so that's why the containment of postures is very, very helpful. Having said that, just looking at the water and allowing the space to affect you, very skillful, very skillful. So I'll leave it up to you. You've all got good experience. And then will there be a bell at 5? Something, or people just know it?
Yeah, people just know it.
So there won't be any ringing of bells every 45 minutes or that kind of thing. Yeah, just carry on. And then we're back here at 7, right?
Yeah.
7 Ottawa time, which is also 7 Singapore time, and Kuala Lumpur. What's Perth? Perth is similar. We've got all these time zones around. Okay, let's do some more meditation.